Okay, we're in this again. Anywho, YouTube. Let's go back to that video again.
So chat,
This motherfucker
for
just
chiming in, ups my
stinks.
bounty to $30,000 while reacting to Asmongold's video about Tone Man's death threat against me. This is getting out of hand. This should be a permanent suspension on Twitch.
Nope, wait. But it just got smaller. Hold on.
And X. Also at FBI should be looking into this. Okay, so he's taking a comment that Denham's made as a serious death threat. Now, what did
Hold on. I think that's good.
That's so awesome, awful rather.
Yeah, this
that
motherfucker
he
said
feels like
awesome.
His life is in danger.
Definitely
Let's
said
have a
awesome.
look-see.
Listen, I'll up the number.
Like he
okay?
definitely said awesome.
30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger. Okay, you have to do both.
He's laughing at that shit. Look at this. Look at this shit-eating motherfucking grin. Look at this motherfucker.
Alright? Because then it's a win-win for me. I get more breast, and I don't have to see that moron on my timeline anymore.
See, no, like the deeper, like the more I play this video, the more I'm actually thinking he said awesome. Like this motherfucker thinks that's awesome. That she put a bounty on somebody.
So if you think about it,
Oh my god. So he's taking this as a genuine death threat, okay? She's offering 30,000.
A threat is a threat. It doesn't matter if there's like a fucking joke like after that. It's like I'm gonna kill you, but in Minecraft it was like it's the same shit.
$1,000 to quote make this dipshit disappear. Okay, that's what she said, right? Let me see if I got that right.
listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30.
Like he's not replaying it just to make sure he got that right. He just wanted to hear it again.
K to
Look at the smile on this fucking guy's face
anyone
when he replays it.
who'll make this dipshit disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger.
So you have to not only make Grum's disappear, but you also have to make the in-game character Eve in Stellar Blade's breasts bigger. You have to be able
Shut the fuck up.
to do both of those things, okay? And she's saying that if you do that, she will give you 30 grand. Oh shit! Okay, that's what she's saying.
This fucking guy in his soundboard. Oh my fucking god.
This is an obvious fucking joke. I think anybody with at least 2 brain cells to rub together could look at this and be like, this is an obvious joke. And I actually stated this on Twitter. I think
This is the guy who can't take a joke. If you make fun of him and his wife, he's just gonna be like, it's like it's true though. He's like, motherfucker, he said he's married, but he keeps on like flirting with like other girls and like calling them cop mommies and shit. Like, guaranteed he probably sent a dick pic to one of them. Guaranteed.
this is my tweet about the situation here. No, this isn't my tweet about the situation. Let me see if I could find my actual tweet
Of course, that's what he like lays on to.
about the situation. Because I did comment on this because I thought it was really, really, really fucking stupid. Like, holy crap. I don't understand how anybody can look at that and think that that is a serious death threat. This should absolutely 100% be.
He can take it however the fuck he wants to. Why are you invalidating his feelings? And like how he feels about it. He felt unsafe. Why are you invalidating it? How do you know how he feels?
Be taken seriously. Yet here we are. We have people who are absolutely taking this seriously as a serious fucking death threat. Where is my comment on this situation? Here it is. Okay, I found it. Chat. I found it!
Like, he was just staring at that, like, the whole fucking time.
Denim's made an obvious joke, and this dude is acting like she put out a legitimate hit on his life. Grow a fucking spine and go back to bitching about how Stellar Blade isn't jerk-off material enough for you.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I
The fuck? How was that an oh shit moment?
fucking hate everyone.
And the responses I got for this were, like, insane. It was like, oh, you know, it's not a joke to put out a hit on someone's life. Or some people were saying, you know, that if this was a right-winger doing it to a left-winger, then it wouldn't be a joke anymore. And I think the
Again,
funniest thing
you're
about
not
it
him.
is the kind of people
He can take it
who are
however the
getting
fuck he
outraged
wants to.
about this are the same fucking people who would say things that are, like, can easily be taken more seriously. And they instantly dodge
Like, you're invalidating his feelings.
to the joke, right? I've
You're the same you're the same one too. What a fucking hypocrite.
seen people on live streams who are, you know, referring to all, you know, gay and trans people as groomers and say that they should be
This motherfucker is the same person that said that the war is good because the white people stop shitting on trans people. It's like bad take after bad take after bad take. And I can't believe I used to watch him like not really hate watch him. It's like I don't understand what was wrong with me, man. But hey, we all see the light someday.
quote lined
I'm sooner than most, I guess. I'm the lucky one.
up against the wall, and then when they get a community guideline strike for saying that, suddenly
Okay, you
it
gotta
was
focus.
just a joke. Or they will say the most racist and unhinged fucking shit in the world, and then, oh, it's just a joke. Or, like, they'll do the whole cookie meme when it comes to, like, a form of, like, Holocaust denial, where they're comparing, like, Jews to cookies, and basically trying to make the argument that it's in
Who the fuck said that? I've never heard of that before. Jews to cookies. What? No fucking way. Comparing Jews to cookies? Comparing what the fuck is this? Nick Fuentes. Not now. Wait.
Monster has 15 ovens, working 24 hours a day, every day for 5 years.
Wait,
If I
what did-
take 1 hour to cook a batch of cookies, and Cookie Monster has 15 ovens, working 24 hours a day, every day for 5 years, how long does it take Cookie Monster to make 6 million batches of cookies? I don't know. That's a good question. It's certainly, oh, no. It doesn't really sound correct to me. Wait a second. It takes 1 hour to cook a
mean,
batch
that-
of cookies,
Like,
and you have 15 ovens.
that's a joke. Like, that seems like a joke to me.
It's probably in 4 different kitchens, right? Doing 24 hours a day, every day for 5 years. How long would it take you to make 6 million?
But then again, I'm not Jewish, so I don't know how they actually feel. But to a nobody like me, seems like a joke to me. But that's not what Tipster's doing. Tipster's defending it because it's obviously a joke, right? This one's also obviously a joke. What's the problem with that?
I don't know. It certainly wouldn't be 5
I could be just high, I don't know.
years, right?
I could be just talking out of my ass too. Who cares?
The math doesn't seem to add up there. The math doesn't quite seem to add up there. I don't think you'd result in 6 million. Maybe 200 to 300,000 cookies. And I think the Red Cookie Association said something like that, probably 200 to 300,000 cookies baked. Probably. And in addition, you know, in this hypothetical, I imagine that if you took aerial photographs over the kitchens, you would need to see certain smokestacks to release.
Okay, I think this is going on too long.
saying to bake that many cookies in that amount of time, like it's a form of Holocaust denial, that's just a joke, okay? So these are the kind of jokes that these people want you to believe are a joke on their part, But suddenly, when they're the subject of the joke, then all of a sudden it's not a joke anymore. Okay. What was interesting about
Again, the same thumbnail. He just keeps on. He tweeted this out just so he can stare at it. That's the only reason why he tweeted this shit out. Just so he can keep on staring at it and going back at it.
this is that it then proceeded to trying to
Disgusting. This fucking gusting.
investigate denims. We have this dipshit D's nuts here saying man and showing like a screenshot of a stream where like he's saying that she has an Adam's apple and therefore she must be trans. Oh my god, these morgons are transvestigating denims. I'm dead. This has to be a troll. He says, I agree. He is a weirdo and needs mental health therapy ASAP. I mean, any man that is willing to spend $50,000 to have plastic shoved inside their chest isn't exactly someone I'd say is of sound mind. This person legitimately thinks that denims is trans. Also, what does that have to do with the argument? It's really fucking bizarre. So Grums continues on this situation. Mainstream UK media news reports on denim's bounty threat. Quotes Asmongold.
Mainstream media, goddamn.
I might put in a police report. I haven't decided. I think I'm just...
Why not? He has every right to do so. Whatever he wants to do. He's the fucking millionaire.
Just going to wait and see how things play out. This is completely unhinged. It's completely uncalled.
Plus, what if somebody actually goes through with it? You know, and he's a millionaire, so they can just rob him after that. Doesn't really matter about the bounty itself when he's a millionaire. You can just take his money. Like it's probably not laying around somewhere, you know, but like if you can find it under all like whatever the fuck he lives under in, good luck, I guess. But still, it's a slim chance, but somebody can still do it. People are crazy. I deal with people every fucking day, and they're stupid and they're crazy, and I hate people.
For this is like a felony. These people are unhinged over a petition. Fight it by signing it. Link in the reply, and he's linking. Oh, this is the article that he was referring to. That's not what we want. He's linking to this stupid fucking petition for Stellar Blade. Give us our titties back. Hashtag free Stellar Blade.
Give us our titties back. I mean, not wrong.
Over 77,000 signatures on people who are outraged about tits and ass in a video game. This is like beyond bizarre. Let's continue.
It's not about that. It's about going back on something. Like they said they wouldn't do that shit, and they did, and so now people are pissed because of that. And it just became a meme because, you know. And anywho, who doesn't want to see more tits and ass, right? Plus, it's a video game. Like, how soft are people? It's a fucking video game. Put an M rating on it.
My bounty is up to $50,000. Kotaku senior editor celebrates. Will there be repercussions in the world of professional journalism? Nah. Better get back to writing guides. At this rate, I will be king of pirates in no time. What the fuck does that even mean? Holy shit.
It's a One Piece reference, dumbass.
This person says, hey Grums, the Metro is a free paper that gets
You know what I'm bitching about? Like, I'm gonna throw away all my anime.
Given out.
I don't even watch One Piece and I know what it is.
UK, so you made a big splash, bro. The plan is working. I had no idea the paper was that widely published. Glad the word is getting out about these disturbing threats. Why hasn't Twitch done anything? You know what I find is interesting is these people are like super against deplatforming. They say it's like a violation of people's free speech and stuff.
So, putting a bounty on somebody is not cause for being deplatformed. That's basically a death threat. So you're fine with that shit then?
Like that.
That's what he's saying. He's fine with that.
And like suddenly someone makes a joke about them, and all of a sudden they are pro deplatforming. Like let's get Denims off of Twitch because she made a joke that I didn't find funny. Like I see Emmy in the chat saying I can hear the coping and seething playing right now. True.
Oh shit! He's gonna play that motherfucking thing. No.
Occurred. Reported against Denims. On a stream or VOD, content related to this violation may be removed. Gamers are losing their minds over censorship. Zionist, this was the name of the stream. This was the broadcast date. So Twitch is basically saying, we took a look at it and we see nothing wrong. Because there was nothing wrong. It wasn't a legit... How can you listen to someone say, I will give you $30,000 if you can make this guy disappear and make the tits bigger in a video game? Like, that is a physical impossibility for someone to achieve both of those things and claim $30,000 from, no offense to Denims. Like, I'm sure she makes good money streaming. She obviously makes enough that she's been able to make this into a career, achieve something that many streamers hope to achieve one day and never get the opportunity to do so. So she's very clearly successful. But I'm sorry, I don't think Denims has the kind of money where she can give somebody 30 grand for something so stupid. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think Denims has that kind of cash. People are reporting that Twitch is
How do you know?
saying nothing was wrong with Denim's death threat. I'm still waiting for Twitch's response to my own report. Okay. They also went on to say this. We now live in a world... Okay, hold on. We need the sad music for this. We now live in a world where leftists can openly call...
Shut the fuck up. We don't need the sad things for this. I have leftist like views, mostly leftist views, and this motherfucking guy makes everybody look bad. This is why leftists are not taken seriously, because of motherfuckers like these, because of fucking clowns like these, because of grifters like these. Like, fuck off.
Call for your death and post bounties with
Especially Hassan. Like, fuck that shit.
zero repercussions. But you can't have a bikini in your game. Let that sink in.
The fuck was that about?
That is unbelievable. And to finish up this segment, also somehow Asmongold made this about him as well. He put out a clip on his clip channel called She Wants Me Dead. Let's take a look at this.
He was the one being threatened, so of course it's about him. What the fuck is that about?
A bounty on Asmon Live? What is this? Oh, I saw this. NOH bid a bounty on Asmon Live? What is this? Oh, I saw this.
She was talking about Grums, how so much she hates seeing Grums in her Twitter timeline, which, to be fair, I hate seeing him in mine too.
Somebody linked this to me, obviously. We'll watch this. Here we go.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who will make this dipshit disappear and make Eve's breasts bigger. Okay, you have to do both.
I've even seen, I haven't been able to find like a full clip of this, so I can't verify this, so take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. I've even seen some people saying that like she wasn't even talking about like a death.
Little bit of grain of salt. Unlike the amount of salt content that this fucker eats probably every fucking day. 2 extra large Jack in a Box meals.
Threat, joke or not, okay? Apparently she was talking about getting him banned. That's what I've heard anyway.
All right?
Which, to be clear, I'm not exactly like pro deplatforming. There are some circumstances in which I think deplatforming is appropriate. I don't think bitching about titties in a video game is one of them, though. But anyway.
Because then it's a win-win for me.
What a retard.
I get more breast, and I
still don't understand why that word is coming back. It was like, I don't understand. I still don't like that word. I still hate that fucking word. That's still a slur. I don't understand why that shit is coming back.
I don't have to see that more on my timeline anymore.
Oh my god.
So if you think about it,
Well, she's so aggressive.
Looks like how messy his house is really getting to his head. Isn't making him think right. Oh my god. Have you seen the debate that he had with Hassan about the pro-Palestine protests? Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. It's like Boogie level like fence sitting, because he'll tell Hassan, I agree with you.
He's the same as Boogie too. This matter literally the same size. You're one to talk.
But then he'll instantly... I'd actually argue that it's worse than Boogie fence sitting, because he'll tell Hassan that he agrees with him on a pro sort of protester sort of position, but then he'll turn around and give a bunch of reasons why he doesn't agree. So which one is it? Do you agree or do you not agree? We'll definitely react to that in a future stream. But anyway.
Well, it's simple. So how do you deal with a situation like this? It's really...
I genuinely don't understand why anyone takes Asmongold seriously about anything. Because let me remind you, not only is this the guy...
I have never seen Asmongold. I have never watched any of his content. But, I mean, he's pretty successful. I mean, there's some people that probably listen. I don't really know. I don't really do political shit. I just don't like this guy, so I'm doing a little thing. And I know nobody watches me, so that's why this is good. So I can just say whatever the fuck I want.
That lives in a fucking, like, literal trash heap. This is also the guy that, what was it, like a month or two ago? This fucking guy had this clip of him go viral, of him literally having a roach crawl on him from his garbage heap.
Look at him. He right there. He can, oh God. Get him
Jesus Christ.
What are you doing, bro? Get Adam up. Go in the...
That's so disgusting. Not only that, but there's like, let me see if I can find this one. Asmongold blood wall. Look at this shit.
Yeah. The blood wall, the dead rat alarm clock.
I was looking at this tweet just last night with someone. This is a tweet from 2018. He posted this, or 2018. He posted this tweet when I was 12 or 13. I broke the light in my bedroom when my friends and I were being animals. Ever since then, I just used a lamp because we were too poor to afford to have it fixed. Finally got that shit fixed today after almost 15 years. This guy had the courage to post this picture of his messy bedroom. Okay, this is back in 2018. Obviously, he's done a room tour or a full house tour since then. That is a fucking nightmare. But like, some people noticed some like weird markings on the wall right there. And so somebody asked him what those markings
The
were on
blood
the wall.
wall.
It's a private account or something now. But he responded with, "It's dried blood from when my teeth would bleed overnight. I just
Damn.
wipe it on the wall when I woke up so I didn't have to get out of bed."
Oh shit! Oh shit!
What the? Who the fuck does that? This guy is a millionaire and he lives like a fucking slob. What?
Maybe that's why he's a millionaire.
Why does anybody take a goddamn word this guy says seriously? Like, dude.
Because instead of taking care of himself, he would rather do political shit. That's probably why.
Just go to living in your trash heap and playing World of Warcraft. That's what people followed you for in the first place anyway. You just make yourself look like an idiot when you chime in on stuff like this.
Easy. I contacted Twitch about it earlier. I sent them the clip, and we'll see
Easy
what
peasy
happens.
lemon
And,
squeezy.
you know, maybe after that, I might put in a police report. I'm gonna just wait and see.
I genuinely don't understand how anybody can take this as a serious death threat. $30,000 to make a dude disappear and make boobs bigger in a video game. Like, that is a physical impossibility to achieve. Not only would you have to have the means to go after someone and kill them, but also you would have to have the means to get in touch with the developers and be like, "Yo, put out a patch to make Eve's tits bigger." Like, who has the ability to do those things? Not only that, but you also have to consider that, like, someone like Denims doesn't have the kind of toxic audience where they would take an obvious joke like that and take it seriously. Like, holy shit.
How the fuck do you know?
Play out. This is unhinged. It's completely unhinged. It's totally uncalled for. Yeah, this is like a felony. What is this? She's got me on the screen.
I still don't even know how he made it about him. She was talking about Grums.
And she's saying that.
Because he was the one being threatened. How is that so hard? It's about him because he was the one being threatened. That's why he's the subject. This motherfucker. Needs water. Yeah. Figured as much.
Yeah, so I did see this. I thought it was quite ridiculous. It's actually kind of a surprise. Do you remember the clip saying the cops would laugh at the clip and not take it seriously? Well, now? Well,
Yeah.
Maybe that's the case. I guess we'll find out.
I don't think anybody with functioning brain cells will take that clip seriously. Then again, there's a bunch of fucking chuds like roaring about it on Twitter, so maybe I'm totally wrong about that. But yeah, apparently Denims, who, keep in mind, like, I'm not even like a fan of Denims. I'm pretty sure I've been critical of some of the takes that Denims has had in the past. But either way, like, I'm not someone who's like a fanboy of Denims. I just kind of saw this situation unfolding on social media and thought this was the dumbest shit ever. Grums and apparently Asmongold taking this as a serious death threat against their fucking lives. Grow a fucking spine and touch some grass. Holy shit.
The classic touch some grass. Fuck off. What is this? I am so greasy. Ew. Creator Clash. Many enemies of PETA. The destruction of Drake. Non 920. Oh yeah, wait. Some ordinary podcast.
Not for me. I would say the party that would be the most against taxation without representation would probably be the Libertarian Party or some kind of independent Green Party, something like that.
Noise.
Like
Constitutionalists.
The thing with like the taxes and everything too, it's like, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and say taxes are all evil, right? Like taxes pay for some of the
Taxes are evil. Kind of evil.
public roads I'm on, the
Yeah.
school that I went to as a kid, right? In some cases, I get it, it's fine. But like the whole exit tax shit, like leaving the country and then having to declare and then paying like a final price, it's like, well, why?
Yeah, you're stupid.
Like, what do you mean?
You're
Like,
dumb as
what?
you.
I earned the money, and now
Yeah,
you want to
you
take
idiot.
an extra chunk out of me?
And also when
Is
people
that
like
my-
when people die and shit,
That's
What?
the worst thing.
dude. How about like
Estate
just all of
tax?
it? It could all be solved by just making parts of it voluntary. It's like, hey, you know, like have a giant tax write-off for the next 5 years if you donate 50% of this estate tax of this estate or whatever. Like, why not just shake hands with the citizens that build your gigantic racket instead of just stealing money from them repeatedly every single time that it changes hands?
Dude, I just like sometimes like I feel like Brandon Herrera, one of my favorite creators right now. He's getting into government and shit. We should all just like, dude, this whole mafia.
Let's get into
we should all, like,
government,
have
dude.
a stake in, dude. We should like.
Get into fucking
Bro,
government.
it's the biggest racket. It's the
Politicians
biggest
are the
mob
real
enterprise
drama channels.
in the world. Dude, you know what? Actually, that's such a good point. I hate when
Nice.
everybody complains about drama and shit, and then their ass is watching Fox, CNN, all the
Yeah.
actual crazy, insane drama that happens on a daily basis in the political sphere.
Dude, see
Those
Fox,
type of
Fox
bitches.
News making fun of Biden falling down the stairs. That is bargain basement drama content. Okay,
Dude, that's
Like,
the
come
most
on.
TMZ shit in the world.
right? Like that's
Like,
the type
listen.
of video you'd see on Moist Critical's channel. Okay.
Yeah, and then these like Tucker and like Jesse Waters are good. My favorite Fox moment, I will press this, is when they brought a Reddit mod onto television. Dude, that was
The anti-work
I remember
guy?
when the anti-work guy or whatever came on, the dog walker. I was just like, I was afraid to show that to my dad because my dad would be like, "See, this is the problem with your generation. Y'all don't want to work. Walking dogs isn't a job, it's a hobby. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. He comes onto the they bring a Reddit mod on TV, and he gets absolutely obliterated by somebody with like the slightest media training imaginable.
Good times.
No, I think what's wild about it too is like the people that have complained the most about the commentary type of content do like political content, but then they're like more drama oriented than ever. Like I've watched maybe like I thought about making this video, but I canceled the idea just because of like how annoying the comment section is going to be. I watched like all these political streamers, Hassan, Destiny, Vosh, Matt Walsh, all these political types, right? And I'm like, if you took a mathematical analysis of their channel, it's all just at each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen a group of people
That hate each other.
in one niche. Exactly. Like,
Wild.
I don't even think in our community we've ever made a video directly calling out other creators as much as these guys do in the span of like a week.
It's just normal though, because they're all politically aligned differently, you know.
Yeah, and then it's fine, like to just like
But they have like,
shit on and go.
for the
at
most
them.
part, they have the same politics, right? Like there's slight nuances in their politics that
Can't wait for the Mudahar Keckles video.
are different, but for the most part, they all have the same politics, and yet they hate each other, like
Well, those nuances,
vitriolically.
I think, are reason to hate each other. Like if you have any sort of nuance on certain topics, then that's
But
just
they
like
don't
your.
even hate each other for the nuances. They just call each other brain dead, sellout, grifter lords. Right? That's what they go on stream and call
Yeah,
each
that's
other.
the
like.
argument that. But I mean, like we all have disagreements.
I completely
like,
agree
I'm
with
sure
all
we
of
can
them. Though.
Yeah. Look, we all, 3 people in this call right now, we all probably have a disagreement on one big pressure topic with each other, but it's not like we're all gonna go at each other.
You just called me a Republican.
The fuck?
Well, I'm a Republican.
You're not a Republican, bro. What the
What are you talking about? What gives it away?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yo, Caleb, how many wives do you have?
None.
None.
Damn, fake
No.
Republican. Moving on.
Not yet, at least.
Fake Republican.
Dude, okay, but here's the thing. How is that even a slur? Like, I've seen people who are like calling somebody a conservative is like the worst thing in the world. I'm like, how though? Like, it's just one alignment that they have. It doesn't necessarily mean the worst of somebody, right? Like, what the?
Yeah, it's just like being conservative now is like latching on to just weird, because like a lot of conservatives, their conservative kind of belief is just hinged. A lot of them think Ronald Reagan is like the savior of man, basically. And that's like 80s cronyism, like just you're the victim. Being a conservative, in my opinion, is you're the victim of a great 80s psyop and like just propaganda war. You lost, and you believe that these things are just like amazing. And same thing with being a Democrat, which is like a
I gonna say Democrat.
dirty word where I'm from. Like I used to when I was a little child, I used to be like, Dad, I bet he's a Democrat. When I was like a little kid, you know, like
Oh my god.
and my dad's not like a Republican or anything, but like they're all extremely reasonable, and like they vote on shit that's like matters to them, right? They're not just one side fits all or whatever. It's like whoever's representing them the best in that election, that's who they vote for.
Yeah.
So
Well, they're educated. They vote and they read the actual policies and understand. Versus the team sports types of people on the internet.
I feel like
If you ain't
anyone
voting
that's
for
just
Biden, you ain't black. Like,
Oh, I remember that. Oh god. No, I feel like anyone that's just completely aligned with a certain group just purely because that's what the group are. Anyone that calls themselves a Democrat or a Republican and purely needs every single one of their opinions to fit that side, kind of I feel like lost the
it's
forest for the
small-minded.
trees.
It's small-minded. It just doesn't make any sense. And also, the people who I can actually dislike genuinely are the people who say that, you know, not as people. I don't dislike them as people, but speaking in this world, because I feel like when you get out of the political world, most everybody can get along in some sense.
Yeah.
I think ideologically you disagree with that.
Of course, yeah. It's just like a vote for the third candidate is a vote wasted. And then they're like, I wish there was someone else to vote for. I wish there was somebody. I wish we didn't just have
This motherfucker.
2 parties. And they're like, well, you're throwing away your vote. What are you? Or something. And it's like, no, actually, you're stupid. You've fallen for the greatest scam of all time. You idiot. You stupid idiot.
I'm not sure who in that story you were making fun of. I imagine both people.
A lot of people.
Okay, good.
Dude,
A lot.
my
Name
favorite
20.
my favorite candidate right now is Brandon Herrera. I just want to say, like,
God,
dude, the
dude.
funniest. So every time I open up like social media, there's this guy called Tony or something.
Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez, dude. Bro, that guy deserves the award for most ratio politician in history. Dude, nuts. Let me tell you, there's a Islamic tradition, we call it Bakrid or whatever, where you like sacrifice an animal or something, right? The Abraham Isaac shit. Every time I load up Twitter, this is getting slaughtered on the TV.
It's so bad. It's so
Like-
fucking bad.
Dude,
And-
he comes on, he's like, "Go ahead, sorry."
No, it's so bad. It's embarrassing. And that guy, I don't even know who support. Like, it's. Have you seen the hate ads that he does? He does like takedown ads. They're just all fake. It's all lies. It's crazy. It's like
so like
you have to
Go ahead.
learn how to misrepresent to be able to be a politician. To be able to, you have to quite literally be a crony. You have to be bought and sold. You have to be the ultimate grifter. To be like, there's this huge just wave of YouTubers who never made it on YouTube. They say and politicians are actors that are ugly, right? Like that's like an old saying.
yeah.
That's true. They're all grifter pieces of shit that are just doing what they do for money. And there's maybe a couple that aren't, but almost all of them are just liars. They're fucking pieces of shit, dude. It's crazy. It's fucking insane.
Dude, we had so like Nux for since you haven't been on social media. This guy Tony Gonzalez, right? He's like one of the acting congressmen
Yeah.
for Texas right now. So Brandon Herrera, one of the largest gun channels on YouTube, great dude, awesome guy, front of the channel and everything. He has been basically memeing his way into Congress, like
Yeah.
actually memeing his
Hell
ass
yeah.
in. So this guy Tony has been spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think it's probably up to
Memeing his way to Congress.
million at this point in just attack ads on Brandon. So some of the attack ads involve Brandon basically being against U.S. Army veterans, right? Like that's one of the big
He'll
points.
just make up his talking
He'll
points
lit-
and then
he literally
yell at
takes
him
out
for
a
it.
line of shit and goes against him. So there's like video series where Brandon on his channel uses like old school weapons, like an MP40, which historically belonged to Nazi Germany, right? Now, in this video, it's very evident that he's not endorsing the Nazis,
Oh
right?
my
Like
God.
he's not going like the MP40. Third Reich knew what they were on about,
Yeah.
boys. Let's go. He doesn't do that. He just talks about the engineering. Tony will take a clip out of that video and be like, "You see that? You see that Nazi
Nazi.
sympathizing piece of trash?"
Piece of shit.
That's amazing. I feel like that's the
Feel like-
best advertising you could possibly get.
And then Brandon just so like Tony will get like after putting on all this money, Tony will muster like 30 likes on Twitter somehow. All right. And then like Brandon comes in, makes one response, 9,000 likes right there. It is like the most extreme level of responses that
And-
I've ever.
I would say that kind of thing just transcends politics overall, because regardless of political side or leaning, regardless of what Brandon's beliefs are, regardless of what he's going to be supporting and voting, I know he's doing it genuinely. Okay, and I would
Yeah.
prefer that guy to win over this f***ing just like it's cringe and cliche to call him a puppet, but this guy's a idiot puppet. It's ridiculous. I would rather have someone who cares from any side of the political spectrum than that guy. Like that guy
Dude.
is the worst possible choice you could ever make.
That's not true. There's always Ian Miles. Chung, hold your tooth.
Oh,
Dude, I love.
You're
Dude,
right.
Dude, that is my favorite Elon best friend. Dude, like, holy shit, he's my favorite. He's my favorite Elon's like buddies because every time I see him on the timeline, it's just stupid take after stupid take. And
I said
for
the
some
R word
reason-
earlier. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I just said it. It's fine, dude.
hard R.
We're good.
The
Dude,
hard
that was,
R.
that was my favorite time, like hanging out with like just the guys, the unsub boys or whatever. Because as soon as I went down there, I'm like, all right, is this gonna be like the old days, or am I gonna have to watch my tongue? And then I like And then I'm just one. I'm like, all right, boys, are we or not? And they're like, oh hell yeah. I was like, all right, cool. This is what I can with this. No, it's such a weird thing because I remember one time I was at like VidCon and there was like a bunch of these like kind of I'm gonna call them the Among Us creators, then we can figure out who they are. So like I'm over there, like I'm in an Airbnb and I'm like, that shit is so fun. Like I say we're like a few times. And like the look on some people's face, it's like that must be a gamer thing. I'm like, no, that's just being a guy. Like,
Yeah.
What the? But yeah, no, it's such a weird thing to be sort of seeing a friend of our show memeing himself into the United States political
Crazy.
system, and I'm all for it. Like I want him to win just because.
Same. Yeah. I think like once again it transcends politics. It's like this is an honest person who wants to do an honest person who I know who has bent over backwards for me for nothing in return at all, and like we would have a much better. The country would be substantially different if that was the norm.
4 hours. God damn, bro. What is this?
Water, famously the seed of life, but also the
That's pretty cool.
seed of arguments. Gloop, gloop, gloop. That's water right there. The water sommelier
Arguments.
is probably the most famous water-related influencer. I guess.
My Linux handheld. Huh. Come on. Almost there. What is this? 2 months ago. The delicious history of TV dinners. Memes that make you empty-headed. Jesus. What? Damn. What is this? Is this a full episode? This is just a full-on episode. Oh shit. Cartoon physics.
Seen it. Definitely no. 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 Nope. Boring. So many channels, nothing's on.
Welcome to Myth Crackers.
Myth crackers. Oh shit.
That was fun being on that show. What was it we were trying to prove again?
Don't know, don't care.
Blow it up. But you know, I was thinking, if we did their show, shouldn't they do our show?
A Simpsons special?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Who's this?
It's Al Jean.
Okay. Hi, Al.
Pleased to meet you.
Jamie, it's Al Jean,
I'm sorry.
the executive producer and the showrunner of the best animated series ever and the longest running
The
script
Simpsons?
show on
Nice.
television, The Simpsons.
Oh, The Simpsons. Welcome, Al.
You were thinking South Park.
So, are we going to be animating?
No, look, their writing staff is packed with science and math geeks, right?
110%.
And they try and hold to the laws of physics, right?
Yeah.
Observation of mass, it's the law.
Ish. We're gonna do a couple stories
Ish.
from The Simpsons.
True.
Like what?
Okay, we've got one where Bart throws a lit cherry bomb into the sewer system of the school and turns all of the toilets in the school into geysers.
My favorite episodes, The Crepes of Wrath.
Okay, that works.
The Crepes
What
of
else?
Wrath.
We have another one where Homer protects his house from a 5,000-pound wrecking ball by putting his body between the wrecking ball and the house.
So, cartoon physics in the real world.
That's Jamie excited.
That's not gonna
I'm
work
excited
out.
to get out of this room.
Yeah, probably. Now, it is one thing to look at physics from the movie world and see how realistic they are in the real world. It's another entirely to try that
Easy
with a
squeezy lemon
cartoon.
squeezy.
And in investigating Homer versus the wrecking ball, Jamie's tackling the wrecking ball, and I've got to build a full-size Homer with all the same dimensions, body mass, and water content
Nice.
as if Homer was a real person.
Yep, to determine the kinetic energy implications of Homer's heroic intervention, the size and mass of the key animated elements have to be accurately translated from Springfield to the real world.
So, Al, we really strive to be as accurate as possible on this show. So I'm hoping you can supply us with some real-world dimensions of Homer. Lights. How tall is he?
Well, you have to be really
Damn.
accurate. He's 5'11", and that's what the animators always use.
What about his shoe size?
11 and a half.
Those are almost exactly my dimensions.
Well, the good news
Jesus.
for you is you have less stomach and more hair.
Speaking of his stomach, how much does Homer actually weigh?
Well, about 240, but we think 239 is funnier. So 239.
239.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Homer Simpson, full size. Al, thank you so much.
Goddamn.
I'm going to leave you alone with the donuts. Is that okay?
They'll be gone when you're back.
Armed with Homer's exact specs, Adam commences the construction of an animated American icon.
USA! USA!
Starting with upholstery foam,
That's pretty good.
Adam utilizes a method with familiar, family-friendly results.
This
Right
technique
arm
that I'm
inside.
using of gluing an open cell urethane foam to itself is referred to as additive foam building.
He's a really good prop maker. Goddamn.
Because instead of like casting and mold making in flexible foam, I'm physically building the parts that I need out of sheet foam. What you might not know, this is how all your Muppets were made. Yep,
Goddamn.
same technique. There we go. Do I look like Homer at all? Hi.
Jesus.
Hey, Jamie. Check it out.
Look at you,
The Homer
homie.
arms.
I'm Fomer now, not Homer. I'm Fomer Simpson. How you doing?
So we're going to put you on the sphere, and you're going to be the Homer, are you?
No, I will not. You are not allowed to touch this ever again. You're filthy.
Jesus.
Bye.
With the arms starting to take shape, it's onto Homer's famously tubby torso.
This kind of work brings me right back to this sense memory of being in the mid-90s working in commercial special effects. It was just like this. Super short timelines, tight budgets, and when we needed something carved out of foam, we didn't have time to find someone who was an expert in foam carving. We just had to figure that stuff out for ourselves, job by job, piece by piece. It's been 20 years and I'm still doing the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It doesn't look like much, but that's going to be Homer soon.
A series of cylindrical
Goddamn.
discs glued together form the tapered shape.
Yeah!
The human-like mass and density will come later. For now, Adam's immersed in his art.
I know exactly what it feels like to be Michelangelo. Oh, maybe not exactly, but just like a little bit. if he carved in foam and made cartoon characters.
This is what
That's
we
some
call
talent
a
right there.
shop shower.
Next, the arms are attached to shoulder joints. And the legs are measured, cut, and positioned on the posterior.
The
That's it,
posterior.
ladies and gentlemen.
And with those foam pieces of the puzzle in place,
All right, I'm pretty happy with that. That's looking a lot like Homer.
Adam heads out for help with Homer's head.
This is the center of what used to be Industrial Light and Magic. Now, behind that blue door is legendary machinist Merrick Cheney, who built armatures for the stop-motion films Nightmare Before Christmas and a million other movies, and he's going to help us get Homer's head screwed on right. So, Merrick, how's this going to work?
So we've taken your model of Homer's head, I've converted it into a machinable file, and I've cut it up into like 8 chunks.
That is cool.
And they all fit together kind of like a three-dimensional puzzle.
It's like a
And
3D
that
printer.
8-piece puzzle will form a central cavity, a negative space mold of Homer's ironically large cranium.
So there you go. That is mold block number 1, comprising the bottom left side of Homer's face, the front part. That's number 1 of 8.
While Adam waits for all 8, the Heineman has been concocting an ingenious plan.
In the cartoon, Homer appears to be on a wrecking ball that's about as tall as he is. And because it's so much larger than a real-world wrecking ball, I've got to make my own. And that's not exactly an easy task. But I've got an idea.
Easy as pie.
The task at hand is to build a custom wrecking ball the same dimensions as the one in the clip, but weighing in at a realistic 5,000 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
So you're starting to get the picture?
It's a unique manufacturing assignment the Heineman is tackling in his own unique way.
There are a lot of different ways of making a big, heavy ball, but the quickest and easiest way I know of to do it would be with steel-reinforced concrete.
Jesus.
Now, to do that, you need a mold, and I've come up with an idea of creating what amounts to a hemispherical-shaped auger that I can chuck onto the back of some earth-moving equipment and dig 2 hemispherical holes right in the ground. It looks like it might sort of just make it. We pour our concrete in there around a steel armature, let it cure, put them together, and you got a ball. One big-ass heavy ball.
Yep, to make
Big-ass
2
heavy ball.
hemispherical molds.
It's working!
For the 2 halves of the concrete wrecking ball,
That's what I'm talking about.
Jamie's designed and constructed a one-of-a-kind tool.
This is working great!
Damn. It's like a drill.
Next! The rig didn't break. It's made of nice, symmetrical half sphere. It's clearly solid enough
That's
to
pretty
have concrete
genius.
poured in
Holy
it.
shit.
It's perfect. Which is
Goddamn.
what's going to happen pretty much next. Oh, look at that.
The steel armature, made
Damn,
back at the
he's also
shop, will
forklift
provide
certified.
structure for the concrete half shells. And you could say the Heineman is happy.
This is working exactly like I had in mind. Normally, if you want to make a big sphere like this, you'd start off with a big chunk of foam, you'd carve it into a sphere. Our little hose are perfect. You'd put fiberglass over it, and then you'd make another mold of the interior cavity, and it'd take several people pretty much all week long just to accomplish this. Instead of doing that, we just dug a hole. I'm just saying.
With the concrete shaped and edged with matching seams, phase 1 of Jamie's big ball is complete.
Now that has to sit for about a week and a half, and then we're going to pull that one out,
Holy
turn
shit.
it upside down, and put it on top of this one. And we'll bond the 2 things together, and we've got a wrecking ball.
With 2 weeks before Jamie can wreak wrecking ball havoc, it's back to the shop for part 2 of this Springfield Spectacular.
So what's next?
Toilet bomb. Al, you want to do the honors?
Thank you, Adam. Well, in one of the early episodes of The Simpsons, Bart flushes a cherry bomb down the toilet. And it immediately sends geysers of water shooting out of every toilet on the block.
So explosives in toilets. I'm thinking we should start small scale.
I totally agree.
They're gonna build a septic tank.
I am licensed to drive this. Oh, what?
The scale we've chosen is not that small. It's 50%. And the reason for that is that water doesn't scale well. If we double the size of the pipes the water's in, we're more than doubling the water's volume. And the physical behavior of the water also changes a lot more. So that's why we're limiting our scale reduction to 50%.
They're like the smart handyman, but Jesus Christ. And it's like there's no better person to be stuck with in the apocalypse than these two in a warehouse full of machines.
The myth is that an explosion will travel through a plumbing system, causing multiple geysers out of the toilets. That's the bowl, and that's where the magic happens. And to test that, we're gonna do 3 things. Number 1, I'm gonna make 3 transparent working toilets so we can really see what happened when things go boom. Number
Transparent
2,
toilet, goddamn.
Number 2,
Number 2, this motherfucker.
waste disposal system.
2 more like that. I think we're good to go.
And finally, we're going to be introducing a cherry bomb-like explosion into that system, and well, then we're going to see what we see.
Recreating Springfield Elementary's plumbing system sounds elementary.
Melting my brain.
But it's anything but.
Wow. I'm trying to work out how to do this, and because I'm molding it, effectively I have to think upside down and backwards. So the negative space here, you see, I'm going to fill with a stone plaster.
Okay, so far so good. Still fine.
So that when the stone plaster sets, I'll pull out all the bead foam, and I'll be left
I don't understand, like, where did you learn all this shit?
with a toilet.
This is probably experience with, like, damn.
Negative, the front to which I will mount a piece of acrylic. Excellent. So that we can see what's happening in the toilet. It's going to be freaking awesome.
And after the plaster is set, the negative space molds are removed.
Okay, 1.
To reveal the balls.
2. Number 2, get it? Because in a...
This motherfucker.
And once they're cleaned up and dried out,
A little bit of an oven.
Adam mounts them and seals the system with a transparent sheet of 1/2-inch acrylic.
I get excited about a good experimental rig. There we go. She is a freestanding toilet sculpture. I think it's time to flush a toilet. I want to watch one of these work right now. Now, right here, this is where the important part of the functionality of a toilet is about to happen. We think of toilets as like, there's water and it's water all the way down, but it's not. Toilet systems are mostly air, and here's how it works. If you put more liquid in the system than it can handle, it just spills over here. Now, if I flush this toilet by putting more water in, check out what happens. That works just like a toilet!
But that's only half the story.
Now that the toilets are finished and actually working, it's time to plumb them into a system. Excellent. Okay. See, the toilets in Bart's school would have all been connected to a central set of pipes. That's what I'm about to build in scale.
So here we go. Go.
You're supposed to cut.
The plumbing beneath the bowls is crucial.
Good.
To accurately model the pressure wave effects of Bart's bomb, it has to be set up just like a 3-stall school sewage system.
Huh.
Complete with 2 crucial effluent outflows,
Cherry bomb.
the system has multiple exits for the blast. And with that, this Simpsons special Game of Thrones
Fire in the bowl.
Explosion in 3.
is ready for blast off.
Go.
Oh shit.
Welcome to Myth Crackers. Adam and Janie have hit Springfield again.
Tonight, we take on the classic myth that a cat will always land on its feet.
But
Jesus
this time,
Christ.
instead of experimenting as animated characters,
What was it we were trying to prove again?
Don't know, don't care.
they're animatedly experimenting. And with a transparent trio of toilets ready to blow,
Trio of toilets. This honestly is interesting.
they want to know if Bart's bomb could have really gushed multiple geysers.
Now, what happens when you flush a cherry bomb down one of these toilets? Well, it's going to go down through the plumbing, and it could blow anywhere. It could blow here, it could blow here, it could blow down there. That's actually what these black caps are. These are places in the plumbing system we can introduce the pressure from the cherry bomb.
But we're not going to use a cherry bomb. Not in my shop, we're not. Number one, it's illegal. And number two, it's potentially dangerous and definitely very messy. So we're going to need a little bit more control if we're going to do it here. For that, we have my little pop gun, which has a fast-acting valve on it that releases a blast of pressurized air. And that's essentially what an explosion does. It creates a volume of rapidly expanding gases in a pressure wave. So we're going to plumb my little pop gun into Adam's rig in various places, adjust the pressure, and see what happens. 20 psi?
Yeah, that's a big fat dump. Pressure.
This motherfucker.
Nice.
Let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm going to count it down. Cherry bomb, half-scale toilet experiment, position number 1, explosion in 3, 2, 1, go. Go.
A simultaneous tsunami and the physics of Springfield are looking surprisingly accurate.
This first test showed that pressure delivered to the middle toilet was pretty evenly distributed to the other toilets around it. It's quite pretty,
But
actually.
all the toilets,
It's like a
though?
little bit of a water ballet.
Some sort of modern art. Now we want to know what would happen if the cherry bomb and its pressure went here or here. Would that make any difference? I don't know about you folks, but whenever I go to the toilet, I always take my umbrella.
Half-scale cherry bomb toilet experiment, position number 2. 2. Explosion in 3, 2, 1, go. That's very satisfying.
Another successful concurrent eruption.
Position number 3, go.
One that's replicated regardless of where the explosion originates.
Which kind of makes sense because there's resistance in each of these toilets. And so with multiple inlets, that resistance is going to tend to equalize the pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure spread is plausible, but Adam has an issue with volume.
Now, up until now, we've been experimenting with a properly set up plumbing system, but it's not quite the fountain of water that we see in the show because there's just not enough water in the system. But what if there is a clog in the system?
But
Where would it go? The clog could have water backed up in that system, and the cherry bomb could go in that, and then it's pushing water. What do you think?
Oh,
That's about got it.
All right. What happens to that water? Does it come out of the toilets? I kind of think so, but we're going to try it just to make sure. All right. This is a fully clogged toilet system. 3, 2, 1, go! I think we found the explosion we were looking for. Well, aside from what we're going to look at, our half-scale system is demonstrating exactly what we were hoping, and that is the Simpsons-like fountain water shooting out of the toilet behavior from a cherry bomb thrown into the system. So, I think we're going to go full scale. I think we're going to detonate our cherry bomb back behind some clogged up water. The question we have when we go to full scale, will the cherry bomb actually generate the pressure we need? We don't know. That's why we're going to do it.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
while the crew completes the cleanup. The epic odyssey of Homer's heroic intervention continues. Because Jamie's big ball has hardened.
It's 2
And
weeks.
his distinctly unconventional plan has paid off.
Damn.
The dirt infilling technique seemed to work pretty well. I feel like I just planted a big potato. It's created a more or less hemispherical inside, which is exactly what the plan was. So it looks, it's looking pretty good.
Next, he makes the 2 halves a whole and seals the deal with a super strong sealant.
This is a specially formulated epoxy for anchoring things in concrete. So my plan worked exactly as I had in mind, and we've got a nice spherical shape. A little chiseling and a little mortar, and this thing will clean up real nice, and we'll have one heck of a big wrecking ball.
With that, Jamie heads back to the shop, where Homer's head has just arrived.
Dude, look at that. That is so pretty.
That's a nice smooth surface. Now that we have these lovely molds of Homer's head, we're going to coat the insides with a tinted latex because that'll give us the correct color and also a nice, tough skin. We don't get to do this kind of thing that much on Mythbusters anymore because we're too busy blowing crap up and stuff like that. But I have done literally hundreds of applications of latex like this into various sorts of puppets and masks, whether you puppet them live action or you have a stop motion armature in them or whatever you do. Generally, it's done by
He just really makes the beret work for him, huh?
covering the inside of a mold with latex like this and then filling it with foam.
Once the latex skin is dried, Jamie fills Homer's head with a 2-part pouring foam.
Now this stuff expands about 4 to 1, and
Easy
it's
peasy.
a little hard to
Lemon
estimate
squeeze.
Homer's head volume.
Oh,
All
it's
I can
11
see
o'clock.
is that it's much larger.
Time to end the stream. Boo-booey.